Hey guys, injury lawyer Scott DeSalvo, and in today's video, I want to talk to you about TTD, getting paid while you're off work, and what to expect, right? So, TTD stands for temporary total disability, and that is the money that you get paid while you're off work. So, under Illinois law, if you get hurt at work and you have a doctor's note saying that you can't work, then you're entitled to two-thirds of your pay, and they don't take taxes out of it. Now, the TTD payment comes directly from the insurance company, not from the company. So, when you normally get paid by your employer, the check comes from the employer. But when you're off work with a doctor's note under workers' comp and getting TTD, the workers' comp insurance company pays that check, right? So that's how that works. But if the law says that they're supposed to pay it, doesn't it mean that they automatically will pay it? And the answer to that question is really not, right? So what I do at the beginning of all of my workers' comp case is I ask the person who I'm signing up, like the injured person, like, are you still hurt? Are you still going to the doctor? Because believe it or not, a lot of times people will hire a lawyer long after the injury occurs. But whether it's a long time after the injury or right after when somebody calls me, I always ask them right away, are you still hurt? Are you off work? Do you have a doctor's note? And are they paying you? Are you getting TTD? If the answer is yes, then fantastic. Hiring a lawyer isn't going to do anything to affect that. But if you're not receiving TTD or you hire me as, right after the accident occurs, I always tell my clients, every time you go to the doctor, get a doctor's note. The doctor's note, if you're being seen by a doctor who examines you and doesn't think you can do the job, he either writes you an off work note or she writes you an off work note, or a note that's saying that you can't do full duty, like it's restricted duty, like sitting work only or left-handed work only, that sort of thing. That's restricted duty. If you get one of those notes, your employer either has to accommodate your restriction, or if you have a full duty off work note, then you get to take off and rest and try and heal, and they've got to pay you two-thirds of your salary. Now, that's the law. Do they always do it automatically? Shouldn't it be automatic? Well, the answer is it should be automatic, but unfortunately, a lot of times it's not automatic. There's a lot of sort of the truth is when a company reports an injury to their workers' comp carrier, there's sometimes it takes them a day or a week to set up a claim at the insurance company, right? So that means like a day or a week with no money for you. And the other thing is, remember, workers' comp insurance companies are they're just like every other kind of insurance company in an injury claim. They're going to come up with any story or any excuse to not pay you, right? To get out of paying. And the problem with that is there's like a million ways for them to try to weasel out of it, and it takes us like 6 weeks to get in front of a judge to force them to do it, right? So if you have a company or an insurance company that's being a jerk and isn't paying you, it could easily be 2 months or 3 months before we get to court and force them to pay you that back pay, right? So that's why as soon as I sign up a case, my office, and I usually have my secretaries and my law clerks help me and do the legwork on it. But, the main thing we do is make sure the client, the injured person, has an off work note, and then we make sure the company and the employer's insurance company has a copy of that note. And then we call them and say, look, if you're not paying TTD, explain to us exactly why you're not, right? When we ask them that magic question, a lot of the times the answer is, well, we don't have the off work note. Even when we sent it to them already, they'll claim they never got it. So a denial can be like for a million reasons, and all of them could be bad, or it could be for no reason at all. It could be a glitch in the insurance company system, right? It just could have been a mistake. So that's why you need a lawyer or you need somebody on your side where if you're not getting paid, they can pick up the phone, contact your doctor's office, interview you, call the adjuster, call the employer, and do everything in our power to smooth things over, right? So honestly, in a situation like this, you don't want your lawyer to be a bulldog and to be belligerent and to call the company and call the insurance company and be aggressive. You want your lawyer to be adamant and on top of it and responsive, but you want them, it's a situation where you get more flies with honey than you do vinegar, right? Like knowing that my injured client could be without money for months before I can get in front of a judge and get the judge to order the pay. I'd rather just be nice to him and schmooze him a little bit and agree to get him to start TTD. Now, look, if you've got a really tough case and they've got a really great defense to TTD, being nice to them isn't going to make much of a difference. But in most cases, honest to goodness, being nice to the insurance adjuster, being nice to the employer, and finding out what their concerns are and then addressing their concerns in a prompt and respectable way gets more TTD going for injured workers in Illinois than anything else. So those are some things you need to know about TTD. I don't think I address, I mean, I've got other videos on TTD that explain how it works, but I don't think I've ever really gone into the actual process of what we do at the beginning of the case to make sure injured workers like you are getting paid. So hopefully that information is helpful to you. If you need help, you can call me locally at 312-500-4500. That's my local. It's my local 24-hour line. Somebody always picks it up, day, night, weekends, doesn't matter, and they forward me your information immediately. And as soon as I'm available, I call you back. Or toll free, you can call 888-HURT-318. Obviously, it's free to consult with me. Happy to answer your questions. If you need help, I look forward to talking to you. Have a great day.